All right. So yesterday evening we discussed about this performance testing at a high level and what are the four major factors for doing PT, right? This was covered yesterday, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This was covered yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, how did it come here? 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 was yesterday, Monday, right? And 21 today. But this was covered yesterday, right? Then where did we miss, guys? 1 second. Yeah. Welcome back, guys. So yesterday, so this is our fourth session, right? So after demo, this is our fourth session, isn't it? So here is the batch tracker, guys. This is the batch tracker. So let me mark down like, who all are the new joinees today. That's it, or anyone else, guys? There's any other new joinees? Okay, all right. So let us today discuss, yesterday we discussed performance testing at a high level and what are the four major factors for doing performance testing, right? So what are the four major factors? So before starting today's session, so let us have some quick assessment, guys. So what are the four major factors for doing performance testing? Let me ask Mamata. Mamata, are you with us? Okay, Monica. Monica, are you with us?
Yes, yes. Pawan.
Yeah. What are the four major factors for doing performance testing that we discussed yesterday?
Yes, speed and
Right.
scalability and reliability.
Okay. Three. And what is the other one?
Uh, that I don't remember
Okay. Speed,
exactly.
stability, scalability, and reliability. Right.
Yes, yes.
Speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. This is your class notes document. I think we wrote it down in the class notes document. I'll share this document. I think I did not share this to anyone else yet. Right. I'll share it to everyone. So new joinees, if you did not share me or ping me your Gmail ID before, can you please ping me your Gmail ID, guys? I'll share this batch tracker and I'll add you to the Google Classroom. Of course, once you confirm your joining, I will be adding to the Google Classroom, guys. Okay. But please ping me your Gmail ID so that I can share this even this course contents document and all this. Okay. So I'll add your Gmail IDs here, guys. Those who confirmed your joining, so please ping me. I'll add you to the Google Classroom. Those who already paid fees, like please ping me to add to the Google Classroom. Okay. So please do that because we have one more morning batch started recently. So and so some people are attending morning and evening batch also. So that's why I need your confirmation, guys. So please ping me. Some people are temporarily joining for the evening batch, isn't it? Right, those who missed in the morning batch, right? So those are joining in the evening batch for performance testing fundamental sessions. So those who want to continue in the evening batch only, please ping me to add to the Google Classroom. Okay. Those who want to continue in the evening batch itself, right? You can see here, this is May 2024 evening batch classroom, Google Classroom, where I will be giving assignments here. Okay. Where I'll be giving scripting assignments and all those. And I'll also share this class notes document. Clear, guys? All right. So what are the four major factors for doing performance testing? Speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Isn't it? Now again, there may be some existing applications and there will be some newly developed applications. Isn't it? Some applications may be newly developed applications and some applications may be existing applications. So let us understand what are the reasons for doing performance testing for already existing application and for newly developed applications. Okay. So I think yesterday we stopped here. I had explained this speed, stability, scalability, and reliability and stopped here. Performance metrics will be discussed later on. And also I explained, what is performance testing at a high level till this slide, isn't it? Now today let us understand what are the factors or what are the reasons for doing performance testing for an already existing application, right? Whether it is web application or a mobile or a desktop application, right? When do we do performance testing? What is the necessity for doing performance testing for a already existing application? So yesterday, I think we also discussed that, application development is a continuous process, right? So every month or every fortnight, every sprint, right? Every sprint or every fortnight. What is meant by fortnight, guys? What is meant by fortnight? Guys, you know that, most of you know that what is a fortnight. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, it's 2 weeks.
Please respond. Please respond, through audio. Yeah. Yes. So fortnight means 15 days, right? Half month. That is called as fortnight, right? And there is something called in IT, there is something called sprint concept. So usually 2 weeks duration is considered as a sprint. 2 weeks duration or 10 business days. 10 business days is called as a sprint, right? So, okay. So before explaining the sprint concept, I need to explain one more concept called agile methodology. So nowadays, most of the projects, all the projects are following agile methodology. Okay. In agile methodology, right? So when I say nowadays most of the projects are following agile methodology, there should be something which was followed before, right? So that is waterfall model. Previously, projects used to follow waterfall model. Okay. So what is waterfall model and what is agile methodology is, in waterfall model, previously long back, when or now also very small projects follow this waterfall model. This is suitable for very small projects and where requirements are well known in advance. Means once we collect the requirements doesn't change. So in that cases, waterfall model is suitable for developing a project. And now what is waterfall and why is it called as waterfall model? So let me explain that. So in one of the last sessions we discussed about SDLC, right? Software development lifecycle, isn't it? So I think in last Friday session, we discussed, software development lifecycle, and if a software development project is following waterfall model, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. First comes conception or initiation phase, and then analysis phase, and then designing phase, and then coding phase. Construction phase is nothing but coding phase. Okay, and then coding phase, and then testing phase. And each phase will be started after the previous phase is completed. Each phase will be started in waterfall model. Each phase will be started once previous phase was completed. That means testing will start after completion of the project, after the complete project is developed, right? In waterfall model. However, there is a big drawback with this model. In case there are some defects found in the testing phase, right? The cost of fixing the defects will be very high, isn't it? See, because the project is already developed, right? The complete code development is done. Now, if the testing is started after completion of coding, definitely the cost of fixing the defect will be very high, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, Pawan.
Because the complete project development is completed, isn't it? So if any defects are found, like later on at later stage, so obviously, the cost of fixing the defect will be very high, because there will be a lot of rework, isn't it? There will be a lot of rework, right? So that is why, to overcome this disadvantage of waterfall model, most of the projects are nowadays following agile model, right? In agile model. So what is a, sorry, in agile model, what is one striking feature of agile model is testing will be started, right? From testing perspective, yes, we're talking about testing perspective. There are a lot of other differences also between waterfall and agile model, but we are discussing from testing perspective. So testing will be started. If any project is following agile methodology, testing will be started along with the development. Okay. As soon as the development is started, as soon as the code development is started, testing, both development and testing go hand in hand, right? That means as soon as some piece of code is developed, testing will be done on that piece of code. Again, so tomorrow some piece of code is added, again testing will be done immediately on that piece of code. So this is iterative approach. Okay. Iterative approach, right? And any agile model projects follow or they use they break the work into sprints. The work will be total project will be broken into sprints. So sprint means nothing but 2-week duration or 10 business days is called as a sprint. Clear this? 10 business days or 2 weeks duration is called as a sprint. Now let's say, for example, so any month will have 2 sprints, isn't it? For example, like suppose the sprint starts on 1st May. So from 1st May you have till 3rd you have 3 days, and then 5, 8, 9, 10, right? Till Monday or Tuesday you'll have first sprint, and then from 15th onwards you will have second sprint. Clear, guys? Guys able to follow or no? Is it something difficult to assimilate?
Yeah, good.
We can follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you please?
So they follow agile methodology. In agile methodology, so work will be broken into sprints. And what is a sprint? 2-week duration is called as a sprint. 2 weeks or 10 business days is called as a sprint. Right? Now, in every sprint, developers add some new features. Developers add some new features to the existing application. Add some new features. Right? Or they will fix some bugs. Bugs or defects. Right? Or they will modify the existing features. They'll modify the existing features. Now that is why, one main reason for doing performance testing for an already existing application is whenever, some new feature is or functionalities are added to the application. So whenever a new feature or new functionality is added to the application, we need to do performance testing, right? Even though the application is an existing application. And yesterday, I think we discussed about WhatsApp, right? What are the new features that are introduced in WhatsApp, isn't it? So every now and then, for every sprint, some new features will be added to the application. So, and it requires all types of testing, not only performance testing. It requires all the types of testing, unit testing, integration testing, right? And then functional testing, performance testing, security testing. Okay. So, right. So all these types of testing are required in every sprint. Clear this? So that is the first and foremost use case or scenario where we need performance testing. Whenever a new feature or new functionality is added, then we require performance testing. Next scenario is increasing number of users are adding new users. Okay. Increasing number of users are adding new users. So let me give some example for this. Okay. So most of you might have heard about this bank, right? ING Vaishya Bank. How many of you heard this bank name, guys? ING Vaishya Bank? Guys, most of you might have heard that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. And is it existing now? Is ING Vaishya Bank existing, guys, now?
I think name got changed. Yeah.
Yeah. So ING Vaishya Bank was acquired by Kotak Mahindra Bank. Okay. It's not name change, but actually ING Vaishya Bank was acquired by Kotak Mahindra Bank. Okay. So before this acquisition, so ING Vaishya, let's assume that there are 1 lakh users for 1 lakh net banking users for 1 lakh net banking users for ING Vaishya Bank. Kotak Mahindra Bank is relatively a bigger one. Let's assume that Kotak Mahindra Bank is having 5 lakh net banking users. Right? I'm just taking some example, guys, some example numbers. Okay. So ING Vaishya Bank is a smaller bank having less number of customers. Let's assume that there are 1 lakh net banking users. And Kotak Mahindra Bank was having 5 lakh net banking users before acquisition. And in 2022 or 2023, so this ING Vaishya Bank was acquired by Kotak Mahindra Bank. Okay. When is this, guys? When is this? This merger process was completed like 2 years back. Okay. So you can see here Kotak Mahindra Bank announced it was acquiring Bangalore headquartered ING Vaishya Bank in a all stock deal. So when was this news? When was this news, guys? You can see. You see the date anywhere? Okay, let it be. Doesn't matter. That is not important. But like now, once this merger process is completed, right? Once that acquisition process is completed. So before merger, ING Vaishya Bank users will be using this website. We are using this website. Kotak Mahindra Bank website is this one, kotak.com, isn't it? Now, post this merger, once this merger process is completed, this ING Vaishya Bank website will be taken down and all those net banking accounts will be, all those accounts will be migrated to kotak.com. And everyone has to, these 1 lakh users also need to start using this kotak.com, right? Yes or no? See, we have a lot of examples like this. Andhra Bank was acquired by some other bank recently, right? Previously, the Andhra Bank used to have their own website. But right now, Andhra Bank was acquired by which bank is? Union Bank? Is it Union Bank or which bank?
Union Bank.
Okay. So now, there is no Andhra Bank website. Separate Andhra Bank website is not there now. Right. So similarly, so now what happened, observe here, like, this Kotak.com is website is going to have this 1 lakh additional users, right? These 1 lakh users of ING Vaishya Bank also need to start using this Kotak.com website, isn't it? All their accounts will be migrated to here, to this website or to this database, isn't it? Now that is an example of classic example of this one, adding increasing number of users or adding new users. Now, before that, before Kotak.com, Kotak makes their website available for these 1 lakh users, they need to do performance testing whether this, whether the existing application can support that additional 1 lakh users or not, isn't it? They need to migrate all the accounts and they need to test whether they need to migrate all the accounts from this ingvaishyabank.com, that application to this application. And they need to test whether the existing application can support those 1 lakh additional users or not. Yes or no? Right? So that is another scenario where we need to do performance testing, whether the current application supports this increasing number of users or adding new users. Is it clear, guys? Right? And next scenario where we have to do performance testing is whenever there is a major software upgrade like database or OS migration on the servers. Whenever there is a major software upgrade like database upgrade or operating system migration on the servers. Okay. See, suppose, for any software, with a newer versions will be released for any software, right? So whenever some, let's say, for example, there is a net banking application which is using Oracle database. Okay, let's assume that Oracle is the database for a net banking application. And Oracle releases newer versions, every now and then, isn't it? Frequently, Oracle will be releasing newer versions to improve the performance, isn't it? Now, whenever a new version is released, right, they will not directly upgrade in the production environment. What they do is they upgrade that in the test environment, check the performance of that application, and then they upgrade it in the they will upgrade it in the production environment. First, they do testing. They will upgrade in the performance test environment, right? Do the performance testing, and once they ensure that the performance is good, there is some improvement or the performance is good, then only they will upgrade it in the production. Clear, guys? Guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Right? So in this scenario also we have to do performance testing whenever there is a software upgrade or whenever there is a operating system upgrade also, right? See, you have, suppose, previously we had only Windows 10. Now Windows 10 was upgraded to Windows 11, isn't it? So whenever, like if your application is running on Windows 11, they will not upgrade it directly in the production environment. First, they will do that they will upgrade that in the test environment, do performance testing, and then once we ensure that there are no performance issues, or once they ensure that the performance is good, then only that will be that operating system migration also will be done. OS migration means operating system migration also will be done. Clear, guys? See, for example, all the ATMs use a Windows operating system, isn't it? Most of all the ATMs use Windows operating system. Did you observe that, guys? Right? So, like previously, maybe they are using Windows 10. Now they should migrate to the newer version, that is Windows 11, isn't it? So first they do the performance testing and then on the new operating system, and then they do that migration, OS migration on the servers. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any queries?
One question. So, let's say example, any software upgrade like database here. So this like infra, it will be similar to the production, yeah. Like they might be have different, uh, like SIT, UAT environments.
Yeah, good question. Yes. So, performance test environment should be identical to production. That is one of the prerequisites for doing performance testing. We'll discuss that in this slide. Right? So performance, however, performance test environment should be identical to production environment, so that infra should be similar to production. Then only we'll get accurate results. But your SIT and QA environments will be downsized environments. Okay.
Correct.
They will be smaller environments only. Understood, guys?
Yes,
See,
sir.
suppose if you're, let me explain, for others, for the sake of others, right? So let's say, for example, this is our production environment, which is having 3 web servers, 4 app servers, and 3 database servers. So now what is this diagram, guys? This is a traditional 3-tier architecture, application architecture. This is a traditional 3-tier application architecture, right? Architecture diagram means it is, it shows you what all connections are there and all. What is architecture diagram? It is a diagrammatic representation of the infrastructure. Okay. And now if you observe here, you have one web server, something called web server, app server, DB server. Okay. So we'll discuss about what is web server, what is app server, and DB server. We'll discuss that later. However, suppose if your production environment is having these many number of servers, performance testing environment also will have similar infrastructure. They will also have similar infra, means same number of servers, same software set configurations, same hardware configurations. Okay. Then only we will get accurate results. Right? So, however, your QA environment and all will not have, similar infra. Your QA environment or SID environment need not have similar infrastructure. Is it clear? Like, may I know who is this, who asked that question? Avish? Is it Avish?
Yes, clear. Thanks.
Okay. Yes, guys, I see some people getting disconnected. If you don't understand, put your question forward. Get it clarified, guys. Okay. So we are in 4th session only, right? So if you have any queries, or if you don't understand something, ignore it. Okay. Not an issue, because, like we will revisit all these again. We will discuss, during the course of the training, we will revisit all these concepts again, right? So whenever there is a software upgrade like database or OS migration on the servers, we have to do performance testing. Whenever there is a hardware upgrade on the servers, also, we do performance testing. When I say servers, these are the different servers in any application architecture. Okay. You take any web application, typically it consists of web server, app server, database server. Web server, app server or application server, and database server. We'll discuss that in detail, right? But as we came across that here, I'm just going to that slide. Clear, guys? So whenever there is a hardware upgrade, I'll give you some example. Suppose currently your laptop is running slow. You are having a laptop and it is running slow when you run multiple programs or when you run multiple programs on your when you open multiple programs on your system. Suppose it is becoming slow, right? Now what will you do, guys, if your system is becoming slow when you open multiple programs? What is the first thing that you will check?
Task manager.
Task manager.
Okay, you go to task manager and what do you check there?
We'll check which app is utilizing more memory.
Right. So in the task manager, so can you everyone open task manager on your system once? Please open task manager on your system. Okay. And this is Windows 11. I am on Windows 11, guys. On Windows 10, if you are having Windows 10, the interface will be slightly different, isn't it? How many of you are having Windows 10 and how many of you are having 11?
I have Windows 10.
Windows 10, okay. Okay. Only one?
I am having Windows 10.
Windows 10, right? Couple of you are having Windows 10, right? Can you please, one of you
Yep.
please share your screen? Those who are having Windows 10 operating system, can you please share your screen?
Okay. Can you give me a moment?
Sure. Anyone having Windows 10 can share your screen.
You want me to share my screen?
Yes, please. Yeah. Can you open task manager?
That is all.
Yes. Can you? Yeah. Right. So now we know is recording in progress. Yes. Now see here. Suppose if your system is becoming slow, your system is running slow, then what do you check, guys? You open task manager. Right. Even if you have someone who is having basic computer knowledge, they will open task manager and go to performance tab, isn't it? Or else, yeah, go to process. Even you can check it in the process. And what do we check in the process, guys? What do we know in the process? You will know which program is taking more CPU and more memory, isn't it? So if you observe here, Zoom meeting is taking 15 to 20% of CPU, right? See, observe here, this is your CPU utilization for each program. And if you see here, Google Chrome is taking negligible CPU, Task Manager is taking up to 1%, Zoom meeting is taking 15 to 20% of CPU, isn't it? And you also see the memory also, isn't it? If your system is becoming slow, we check CPU and memory, isn't it? And disk also. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So now suppose if your, see, observe here, RAM is memory utilization is 60 to 70% now, isn't it? Suppose if memory utilization is hitting 100%, if you are seeing that memory utilization is hitting 90% or 100%, then what will you do, guys?
I'll release some of the process, like I'll close some of the task in task.
Of course, yeah. So you can close some unwanted programs and you will release some memory. But if there are no unwanted programs, you want all the programs to run together, right? Then what will you do?
We'll stop and restart it again.
Okay. So if your memory utilization is consistently hitting 100%, then if the memory utilization is consistently 100%, continuously 100%, then you can upgrade the RAM, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So can you go to performance tab once, Anureka? So can you please go to performance tab? Yeah. So CPU, right now it is showing CPU, but why are we seeing only CPU? Something went wrong. Can you please close this and reopen that? On the taskbar, open that, close that and reopen. Close the task manager once and reopen it. That is the simpler way. Okay, go to performance tab. Yes. Now see here, suppose if your memory utilization is hit consistently 100%, right? So you can simply upgrade your RAM. RAM doesn't cost much, isn't it? Now there is a hardware upgrade here. This is called as hardware upgrade, isn't it? Now, whenever there is, suppose you went to some computer shop and you upgraded the RAM. Now, what will you do, guys? Once the RAM is added, once the additional RAM is added, you will be definitely interested to see how is the performance now. Yes or no? After adding that RAM, isn't it? Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Right? If I am in your place, before making the payment itself, I will try to open some programs and see if there is any improvement in the performance or not. Isn't it? Yes or no, guys? So whenever there is a hardware upgrade on the servers, then also we do performance testing. Clear, guys? When hardware upgrade will be done, if the hardware existing infra is not sufficient, if the existing hardware capacity is not sufficient, then we may upgrade the hardware, isn't it? So whenever we do that hardware upgrade also, we can do performance testing. That is another scenario where we need to do performance testing. Clear, guys? Guys, is it clear? And now see, in task manager, we have two important tabs. One is process tab. First one is process tab. The other one is performance tab. Right? So we'll be we will be using this task manager, or we will be discussing these concepts throughout the training. Okay, we'll be discussing these concepts throughout the training. And there is another important tab called startup tab. Can you please go to startup tab? So what is meant by startup here? All these programs, all the programs whose status is enabled, right? You see there are a lot of programs whose status is enabled, isn't it? Hold on, let me clear the drawings. See, there are a lot of programs whose status is enabled, isn't it? All these will be running on, once the system is started, all these programs will be running. Understood, guys? Suppose if you don't want to use Teams, right? You can disable that, you can remove it from the startup, or you can disable that from at the startup. Okay, suppose if you don't use Teams regularly, so that your system will be faster if you disable the unwanted programs from the startup. Able to follow or no?
Yes.
Right? And also there is another one called services, users and all. We'll discuss that later. We'll discuss what is services, what is when is this users tab useful. Users tab shows you who all connected to this system. Okay, right now only one user is connected to the system with this user account. Clear, is? All right. So thanks, Anurag. I'm stopping a screen share. Let me share my screen. One second. Right. So whenever there is a hardware upgrade on the servers, also we will do performance testing. And another scenario where we do performance testing is to find out any performance issues, and after fixing those performance issues. Suppose there are some performance issues, and after there are some code issues, for example, there are some code issues, or there are some database issues. So once you fix those issues, to verify whether the issues are fixed or not, also we do performance testing. Let me give you some example. Okay, suppose you have a bike, or you have a car or a bike or any vehicle, and you are getting some, let's say you are getting poor mileage or poor pickup. Let's say you are getting poor mileage or poor pickup, right? So how do you know that you are getting poor mileage? If you measure how many kilometers each liter is giving, then you will know that if it is giving below the expected mileage, then you'll definitely go to visit a mechanic, isn't it? Or if the pickup is poor, right? Suppose your bike is not, your vehicle is not throttling or picking up well, right? You go to a mechanic, and you go to the technician or a mechanic, and then he will fix the issue. And now once he hand overs the bike to you, definitely you will be interested to check that, right? Whether those issues are fixed or not. Yes or no? Suppose you are bothered about the mileage, and you asked the mechanic to fix that mileage issue. Now again, let's say he did his servicing and all, and he hand over the bike to you, your vehicle to you. Now definitely you will see, for a couple of times you will be interested to see whether if there is any improvement in the mileage or not. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Or else there is a poor pickup. pickup was very poor before, and you visited a mechanic and you got the issue fixed. And now once you get the vehicle, definitely you will be interested to see whether if there is any improvement in the pickup or not, isn't it? If required, we will go to ORR and see whether there is pickup is good or not. Yes or no? Right? So similarly for software applications also, whenever any performance issues are fixed, right? After fixing those developers say that yes, we fixed this issue. Now as a performance engineer, we need to do performance testing again to verify or to confirm whether those issues are fixed or not, really fixed or not. Right? And performance testing is also done as a ongoing or regular activity in each sprint. Performance testing is also done as a ongoing or regular activity in every sprint. Right? Because in every sprint, some new feature is added, some changes will be done to the application. So that is why in every sprint, we do this performance testing on a regular basis. Okay. So these are the scenarios where we need to do performance testing, even though an application is already existing. Okay. Right? Even though WhatsApp is existing from many years, so it doesn't mean that it doesn't require, all this testing, right? Because like every sprint some new feature will be added to WhatsApp, or you take Facebook, or you take any app, any mobile app, or any desktop application, or any web application. If there is some new feature is added, or if there is some new users getting added to the application, or if there is a software upgrade, or if there is a hardware upgrade, or if any performance issues are fixed, right? So we need to do performance testing. It is a continuous activity. As far as software development is there, testing will be there. Okay. Some of you may be having this query. We are hearing recently that AI will replace all our jobs and all this. What would be the feature, isn't it? So as far as development is there, testing will be there. So right. So and some of you also have these queries. I hear this query from many people. Nowadays applications are moving to cloud, and they are auto scalable. They are cloud applications scale automatically. Then do we really need performance testing? Right? Will there be demand in future for performance testing? Yes, definitely there will be demand, because that doesn't guarantee that if applications are moving to cloud, right, that doesn't guarantee that performance, there won't be any performance issues. There is no guarantee that performance issues will not be there. Okay. Even it is an on-premise application or a cloud application, you know every application requires testing, all types of testing. Okay. It requires functional testing, it requires performance or non-functional testing, it requires security testing. Of course, security testing is also one of the non-functional testing. It requires all types of testing, whether it is an on-premise application or a cloud application. Okay. Let me write it down here. On-premise versus cloud applications. Okay. So what is meant by an on-premise application and what is meant by cloud application? We'll discuss that later. We'll not go into that discussion. This is for those who already know that, right? Even if your applications are running on-premise or cloud, all the applications require all types of testing, not only performance testing. They require all types of performances, all types of testing. Clear, guys? I'll take a pause here. Any queries?
Hello.
Yes, please.
If there is any new feature added to the application.
Your voice is not clear, Hari.
Now?
It's better now.
Yeah, sir. If there is any new feature added to the application, actually in regression testing, we are going to test that new feature and also the remaining features also. Like that, similarly in the performance testing also, we are going to test whole features or only that particular feature we are going to do the performance testing.
No, we
How
will do, we'll test the complete application. Once some new feature is added, right, we will test all the features, not just existing features or the new feature.
Okay.
Right. Hari's question is like, if some new feature is added, we do regression testing first, isn't it? Regression testing means, so we'll test the existing features first, right? Whether, if the existing features are impacted, if any existing features are impacted, isn't it? And new features, we test the new features, right? So here also in performance testing, we test all the features, we'll cover the entire application functionality, right? We cover the important business flows, by the way. Okay. So when you are doing performance testing, we cover only important business flows of the application. We cover only important business flows of the application. As part of performance testing, we will not test each and every page or each and every feature, but we will test, important business flows of the application. Any other queries from anyone else? Okay, I'll take your silence as no. So now, shall we stop here, guys? It's already 8:25. We'll stop it here, guys. We'll stop it here for today. So tomorrow we'll discuss, what are the reasons for doing performance testing for a newly developed application. Okay, we'll discuss this tomorrow. It will take quite some time, like around 45 minutes to 1 hour with examples. We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll stop it here, guys, for today. Now, any queries, guys, before we close today's session? Any queries related to this concept or any other queries related to the training?
Sir, I have one query.
Yes,
Actually,
please.
you showed in the task manager, you showed me that that application is consuming how much of memory like that.
Correct.
If that application is consuming more memory, then we need to write it as a bug to the developer, or how it is?
Right. So if you feel that any particular program is taking too much of memory, so we can optimize that. I mean, not we can means we in the sense like we can raise a defect and ask the developer to optimize that, or to see if this is normal or abnormal thing.
Okay.
Or if there is any high CPU utilization. For example, if you are observing high CPU utilization, any particular process or any particular thing is taking too much of CPU. So you can ask the developers to look into it, whether it is expected or it is something abnormal. Okay, there is a slight difference between the UI, right? In the between Windows 10 and 11, isn't it? So in Windows 10, you will have of course, most of us are familiar with Windows 10 UI, user interface, isn't it? That's why I asked to share Windows 10. Now I am on Windows 11 now, so you can see here. So there will be still you'll have the same tabs, process, and this is performance, right? And this is what is this one? This is app history, etc., right? Startup apps. These are startup apps. What apps will be started at the starting of the system? Once see whatever is enabled, right? All these programs will start running from the as soon as the system is started, isn't it? You know that, right? So what is startup and what is services, isn't it? These are services. We'll discuss that. What is difference between service and a process? We can discuss that later.
Sir, one
Okay.
doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, for example, for Google Chrome, right? I've opened only 3 tabs. Okay, that is consuming more memory, and it is showing like 14 tabs inside that, right? How this works actually? That is doubt actually.
Okay, maybe some background process are running. Okay, so your first. Okay, let me expand it. Yeah, what is it? What is this? Observe here. See, I have how many tabs I have opened. So let's say I'll close this one. Okay, and you can see here still you can see it is showing a lot of process running, isn't it?
Yes.
That is your query, right? So maybe there are some background process running in the Chrome. And what is this one? See, you see there are a lot of process. You see a lot of process over here. And what is this? Efficiency. What is this one? But these are consuming 0%. You can see that only these are consuming from here to here only these are consuming some
CPU is
CPU.
fine. 0%, but memory it's consuming 164.0 MB.
All right. Oh, okay, you are referring to this one, right? So how many tabs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 tabs, isn't it? So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, more than 13, isn't it? That is your query, right? So maybe it is related to some background process. Okay. Maybe it's related to some background process that you are seeing, that is why you are seeing more number of process running over here and more memory consumption. But one new feature is added in Chrome, right? I think you are aware of that, isn't it? suppose, oh, you're not seeing that on 11. So, yeah, there you can see. You can see that, see this tab is taking 729 MB. You see at the bottom of that, when I move the cursor to on that tab, right, it is showing memory usage is 729 MB for this particular tab, or this particular, website is taking that much, isn't it? And now this is Google one. This is taking only 72 MB, right? So here you can sort out, like, here you can find out like which application, which tab is taking more memory, isn't it? See here you can see that, this particular tab, businessstandard.com, this is taking more memory, right? This tab is taking 780 MB approx.
Fine, sir. Got it.
There may be some background process that will be running. So for example, some upgrade or, refresh or something, right? So there may be some background process running. That's why you are seeing more number of processes, in the task manager. Some process will be running as a daemon threads. Okay, so those are called as daemon threads. DAEMON, I think. Daemon thread means background process. The process which are running in the background are called as daemon threads. So you should be having some, some background process that are running. Okay. Any other queries?
Sir, morning classes, what is the timing, sir?
What are the timings of morning batch? Morning batch timings are like 10:30 to 12.
Evening batch
10:45 to 12, not 10:30. Sorry, not 10:30. Like 10:45 to 12. So
evening
yesterday
batch,
and today we started late. Yes.
Evening batch timing is from 7:30 to 8:30.
7:30 to 8:30. Yes.
Is there any weekend batches are there, sir? Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday, like
Let me pause recording. Any queries? So these are the currently running batches. So we are having 4 batches currently. One is 9 to 10 a.m. and the trainer name is Sham. And this is both online and offline. This is, all the first 3 batches are both online and offline. Okay. Offline in Amirpet. These first three batches. Okay. And sorry, this is online. Sorry. This is online, only online. And this is again online and offline. And again, evening batch is online, only online. So previously this batch was run as both online and offline, but because of less number in Madhapur, actually, we started in Madhapur, but because of less number of members, we made it only online. We shifted to online. This was started as both online and offline in Madhapur. We'll start from June or July. We'll start again this offline in Madhapur. Any other queries?
Sir, 7:30 to 8:30 batch is not going to start LoadRunner?
Currently we have less number of students who are asking for LoadRunner in the evening batch. So that is a problem. So we need at least like 10 confirmed participants to start a new batch, right? Even this evening batch was started once I had, 10 plus confirmed participants only. So any batch on NeoLoad, yes, NeoLoad, we are looking for some trainer. So once we get a good trainer for that, and we'll start a NeoLoad batch as well. So right now we are planning to start automation training. The trainer name will be Rahul. Okay. So we are working on this automation training to start automation training. So morning batch, and another automation training batch will be started in the evening. The trainer would be Anuradha for this. So we are interested to start these 2 first, automation training morning and evening batches. So first, and then NeoLoad also we are working parallelly on that. We are trying to get some trainer, and we are consulting some trainers. So we'll very soon start that as well. Yes, Selenium or Playwright. Yes, last week we got some trainer, but very recently we got one trainer. So that is still in discussions phase. So both of these are Selenium with Java only. Both these, So because Selenium with Java is having major market share. Selenium with Java, both of this. And yes, we got another trainer for Playwright. Her name is Preeti, but that is still in the discussion phase. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on all notifications, guys, so that you'll get updates on the new batches. And also please follow my Insta page. So this is my Insta page, guys. Please follow my Insta page.
So YouTube channel name.
So this is my Instagram page, guys. MGMITTraining. Go to Instagram.com and search for MGMITTraining. We recently started this Instagram page, very recently, only a couple of months back. So please follow the page, and we are posting some referral openings and some new batch updates, right? And all those. So mostly we are posting like openings and recruitment drives, any recruitment drives, and new batch updates, right, etc., etc. As you can see here, right? We are posted, we are continuously posting new batch updates and referral openings, mostly recruitment drives, etc. And this is our Amirpet classroom, guys, by the way. So this is our Amirpet classroom, which is adjacent to Amirpet Metro. And this is our Madhapur training room, conference room, training room. So this is located in Capital Park, which is next to that, Rameswaram Cave. Those who are in Hyderabad, you might have visited Rameswaram Cave, right? So this Rameswaram Cave came adjacent to this Capital Park, which is a most of the offices in that building are software companies only. So there we had one, we ran one batch over there in Madhapur. Okay, and we are planning to start the next batch in Madhapur with the same timings, 9 to 10 a.m. From July onwards. Next batch. Any other queries, guys?
Sir, if you don't mind, may I know the count, like how many members are ready for the LR?
LoadRunner, we have only 4 to 5 people who are asking for LoadRunner evening batch currently.
Okay.
So we'll plan for that. We'll soon plan for that. But if you are okay with any trainer, like I can get it started, in 1 or 2 weeks.
Specifically, I was expecting you only take it up, sir.
Okay. No, I cannot personally. I cannot take it at the moment. I cannot start a new batch at the moment because we are already having these many batches, and I want to start basically. I want to start a Splunk and Dynatrace, so which I haven't done before. So I want to start new batches for Splunk and Dynatrace. Okay, so that is the reason like I engaged another trainer for LoadRunner. Right.
Hello.
So if you are looking for only my training, or if recorded sessions are fine, I can share my recorded sessions. I can you can buy those recorded sessions of mine for the previous batches.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, someone else is trying to speak, I think, like to ask something.
Sir, you're giving any project training, right?
What is that?
Projects you're providing the training, sir. Live projects like that.
Live project training. Okay. So as part of this regular training, so see, previously when I was working, I used to take separate classes for real-time projects scripting or real-time projects training. But right now, last year I had left my job and I came into full-time trainings, and I am covering this real-time applications as part of the regular trainings itself. I am explaining this, lot of real-time concepts in the regular training itself. So I'm not running any separate, project or live project training separately. But we have something called placement assistance that we are running, where we are providing some placement assistance for those who are interested to take placement assistance training, placement assistance from us, right? But like I will be covering one real-time application with LoadRunner and one real-time application with JMeter in the regular training itself.
Okay.
And Saturday, Sundays, we are doing on Saturdays. Previously, I used to give that live project training on Saturday. Now what we are doing is every Saturday we are doing like script review and doubt clarification. The regular sessions will be from Monday to Friday. Okay. So Monday to Friday will be regular sessions. Friday will be regular sessions, right? And Saturdays are optional. And on Saturdays, we are doing script review. These are completely optional. Means you can attend, or if you are interested, you can attend, otherwise you can skip that. Right? On Saturdays, we are doing script review.
In scripting, mainly you are focusing on Java, right?
No, I will cover like 5 different applications. One Perl application, one PHP application, and 3 to 4 Java applications. Yes, majority of the applications will be Java applications.
Okay. I mean, so we are writing the script in Java, Java only, Java code.
Java concepts will be taught as part of JMeter training. You will have, these Java concepts also covered. Okay, let me show you that. Let me show the course contents. I think I shared the course contents document to everyone. If not, please ping me. I'll share the course contents documents. So if you see JMeter course contents, Java will be covered as part of that.
No, sir, it was not sent.
What is it?
For me, it was not sent.
Yeah, I'll ping it. I'll share it. I'll share it to you. I think I don't have it. Okay, one second. Let me. I should be having that in my email, Gmail. Let me look over there. So as part of this JMeter training, right? So you can see here at the end, I mentioned here, the below concepts are optional for freshers, but mandatory for experienced guys. What are those? I had highlighted them in a different color. If you observe here, Java concepts, JVisual VM, CI/CD framework with Jenkins, execution report in BlazeMeter, and JMeter integration with InfluxDB, Grafana, Telegraph. These all concepts are mandatory for experienced guys, but are not required for freshers. Right? So these Java concepts, will be covered as part of the JMeter training. Okay. Those who opted for the full course, they will get these Java concepts also covered here. And I started my career as a Java developer only. So, I'll cover in detail, like I'll cover, as much as required for a performance engineer. Java concepts in the sense there will be no coding, coding not required, but you need to know what is JDK, what is JRE, what is heap architecture, right? What is a heap dump, what is a thread dump, right? You might have heard these concepts, right? Heap dump analysis and thread dump analysis and all those. So those kind of concepts will be covered. No coding is required. Okay, Java coding is not required, right? But some basic Java concepts are required because 70 to 80% of the applications that we do performance testing will be Java applications. So that's why you require some Java concepts. Clear, guys? All right then. So if you don't have any other queries, let me call it off and let us close the wrap up the session, guys.
Sir, can you please share that document? I mean,
What is it, Hari?
Can you please share that syllabus? I mean, you have told me
Course
that,
contents. Yeah, sure. I'll share it. I'll share the course contents document to your mail or WhatsApp. I'll share it on mail or WhatsApp.
Okay.
All right then. And regarding LoadRunner, yes, I know that some people are looking for LoadRunner training, but actually like we are we are in the discussion phase for some corporate training for Wipro actually. So that's why like I don't want to get into that LoadRunner batch again myself. So we are like getting some corporate trainings as well. So we want to pursue those seriously, and we want to move to corporate trainings equally along with this regular trainings, our own trainings, right? But our LoadRunner trainer is also having like Sham is also having like 17 years of experience, and he completely worked on LoadRunner itself. He worked on LoadRunner itself. He has been working on LoadRunner itself from the past 15 years, right? So he's having more experience on LoadRunner than me. I worked on LoadRunner, JMeter, WebLoad, and SilPerformer and all those tools, but he worked on only LoadRunner and WebLoad. Okay.
Basically, excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, basically, we need to learn, JMeter and LoadRunner and BlazeMeter, all these three tools or one tool is enough?
Yeah. Good question. Thanks for asking that. So, how many tools you require, right? So let us understand that. So for freshers and, up to freshers to 2 years experience, one tool is enough. One tool would be enough. And if you are learning only one tool, try to learn JMeter. Okay, only one tool. From freshers and up to 2 years experience. Those who want to keep those who are experienced or those who want to keep 2 years of experience, any one tool would be enough. But 2 to 3 years, suppose if you want to keep 2 to 3 years of experience, then both the tools are required. 2 tools required, both LoadRunner and JMeter. Okay. And by the way, with the JMeter, we are covering BlazeMeter also from last batch. So BlazeMeter is also, in demand, right? So along with JMeter, this comes with along with JMeter. We don't have any separate fees for this. We are covering BlazeMeter as part of JMeter because this is a combination tool, right? And now for 2 to 3 years of experience, you require both the tools, both LoadRunner and JMeter, and of course BlazeMeter also here, right? And for 3 to 5 years, for let's say for 3 to 5 years, you require both these tools, LoadRunner, LR, JMeter. Along with that, I'll ignore this BlazeMeter. BlazeMeter is a small tool. You can learn it in 2 or 3 hours. That's not a big deal. But these are the major tools, right? LoadRunner, JMeter. Along with LoadRunner and JMeter, you require any one APM tool. Any one APM tool. So APM tool means like Dynatrace or App Dynamics, AppD, right? Or New Relic, etc. etc. There are a lot of APM tools, but Dynatrace is a major tool. Dynatrace is having major market share. And next comes App Dynamics or AppD, right? So any one APM tool is also required for 3 to 5 years of experience. Okay. So
One
yes,
doubt.
yes, please.
In case payment is completes all these things, right? LoadRunner, JMeter, and also one tool, App Dynamics or Dynatrace, is it? Or
Your voice is breaking. Can you please repeat your question?
like 15K total fees, right? That will cover JMeter, LoadRunner, as well as one tool, right?
No, definitely not. So
Okay.
15,000 is any for LoadRunner and 15,000 for JMeter. Okay, because each of these trainings are 60 to 80 hours training. So we are providing 60 to 80 hours training on each tool. Okay, you take LoadRunner or JMeter, right? It will be 60 to 80 hours of training.
Okay.
So this will come up to 60 to 80 hours. 80 hours. Okay. Right. And for Dynatrace, we haven't started separate Dynatrace training yet. Till now, we have been covering along with LoadRunner basically. But we are planning to start a dedicated Dynatrace training. So it will be 20 to 25 hours. And again, Splunk, it is another 10 hours training. Okay. So for Splunk, we are planning to fix the fees as 5,000 only. So 10 to maybe it will come to 10 to 15 hours. Okay. Dynatrace will come for 20 to 25 hours. Right. So, but this fee structure is separate for LoadRunner and JMeter because each tool will be covered for 60 to 8 hours. See, I know that why you are asking this. There are some institutes, who are covering both LoadRunner and JMeter in 15K. But I know that, right? But the reason is like they cover LoadRunner in detail and JMeter they will finish it in 1 week, max 10 hours, 5 to 10 hours. But that won't be sufficient. That won't be helpful, right? So we are offering 60 to 80 hours on each tool. So that's why fees is separate for LoadRunner and JMeter. And there are some institutes who give training in 5,000 also for each tool. Okay. If you take, Naresh Technologies or any other, some other institutes like MindQ, they offer, each tool training only for 5,000. If you are more budget conscious, you can go there, right? But, it will be like only 20 to 30 hours on each tool, right? So, but our training is 60 to 80 hours. So fee structure is 15,000 for each tool. For offline, we are charging 20,000 for each tool from this batch onwards, from the current batch onwards. This 15,000 is for only online guys. For offline, we have, because, they're like, we are having some additional expenses of rent and maintenance and all. So the fees is 5,000 higher than online participants. Any other queries?
So, after learning these tools, how much of experience can I take?
That is what I said, right? So if you learn one tool, if you can claim up to 2 years experience. If you learn both LoadRunner and JMeter, you can keep 3 years experience. Definitely, you can keep 3 years experience. Okay. But if you learn these three tools, LoadRunner, JMeter, and any APM tool, there are few people who claimed 5 years experience and who got 20 lakhs package. One of my student claimed 5 years of experience after the training and he got 20 lakhs package. And one lady called Hema Sweta, she claimed 4 years experience and after the training and she got 16 and a half lakhs package in Bangalore.
Can we manage this after
Yes,
putting this?
if you practice well, if you practice and if you do all the assignments given in the training, you can manage.
Okay. And all these like JMeter, LoadRunner, and other tool is there now, APM tool. So this package is how much, sir? I mean, this total package is 30,000 or how much?
Including APM tool, it will come to 40. 15 LoadRunner, 15 JMeter, and then see, basically, it's not only JMeter. So we are covering BlazeMeter, we are covering InfluxDB, Grafana, Telegraph, and all those tools. Jenkins, right? All those concepts will be covered as per for 15,000. If you want only JMeter, it is 10,000 only. If you want only JMeter, the fees is 10,000 only, right? For your information. For freshers, we are charging, they don't require those combination tools, all those combination tools. For freshers, if any fresher is joining online, we charge only 10,000 because only one tool is enough. Either LoadRunner or JMeter, one tool is enough. They don't require those monitoring concepts and all. And for them, the fees is only 10,000. Got it, guys? So, but as part of the JMeter training, if for experienced guys, they want these additional concepts, then the fees goes to 15K, right? So, and coming to your question, so if someone want both these three tools, right? So 15 for LoadRunner, 15 for JMeter, and Dynatrace, it will be like 7 or 8. We did not fix that fees yet. It will be 7,000 or 8,000 for Dynatrace.
Sir, this APM tool you are mentioning, that means it is covering that mobile testing performance related app testing like this, mobile app testing.
No,
APM tool,
Dynatrace APM tool means application performance monitoring tool. So this can be used for both web applications as well as mobile apps.
Okay.
And see, if you learn web application testing, so mobile application will become easy for you. So only there will be slight differences between web application and mobile applications. There will not be much differences.
And also one query, sir. You said that LoadRunner and JMeter course now. In that monitoring tools also covered, or it
Yes,
will be
monitoring tools also will be covered. Yes, that is what I have shown you, right? Let me show that one more time. Let me show you the LoadRunner course contents and JMeter course contents. Okay, let me explain that. I can share it on WhatsApp also, but let me explain here. I can explain that.
JMeter along with the monitoring tool.
Along with monitoring tools. Yes, for experienced guys, we cover along with monitoring tools. See, for example, with JMeter, right? So if you observe here, so like freshers require only till this point. You got it. For freshers, till this point, that is enough. But for experienced guys, we are covering Java concepts, JVisual VM, and monitoring tools. These are monitoring tools. These are the combination tools along with JMeter, InfluxDB, Grafana, Telegraph, Elk Stack. These are monitoring tools. So these are the popular combination tools along with JMeter. Okay.
Okay.
And as part of JMeter, like I will cover JMeter integration with App Dynamics. Means how to just integrate that. I will have 1 or 2 sessions on this. That's it. As part of that JMeter training. Got it?
Loader also is having the monitoring too.
With LoadRunner also we will cover some monitoring tools, different monitoring tools. So with LoadRunner, so right now we are covering these monitoring tools, Nmon Analyzer, right, and Java Melody. Java Melody we cover for both LoadRunner and JMeter, of course, and different tools for monitoring based on the trainer. We cover different monitoring tools.
Okay. Okay.
Right, that's what I said, right? So if for freshers we are charging only 10,000 because they don't require these monitoring tools and all, right? For each tool for freshers we are charging only 10,000 because they don't require these monitoring concepts. Scripting and executions is enough for them. Got it?
Okay.
For experienced guys, there will be some 20 hours of additional training. Yes, someone asked, is certification provided? Yes. So we are encouraging our, in all our previous batches, above 75% are certified in JMeter. So we are encouraging everyone to clear JMeter Pro certification. Okay, that is the certification that we are providing. So, and another question is which protocols are covered for JMeter? We are covering web protocol, web services, API testing. All right, we will focus more on web protocol and API testing as part of JMeter.
Sir, are you providing certificate?
What is that?
Sir Mayuresh, are you providing certificate for the JMeter and LoadRunner, sir?
No, what certificate are you asking about? So training certificate, training completion certificate?
Yes, sir.
No, training certification complete, training completion certificate, you should not keep it, most of our students are, like, of course, if you want, you can provide it. We can create a template and we can provide it. But, most of the people take training from us and claim experience. So when they are claiming experience, they should not show the training completion certificate. That should not be, that is of no use, right? Right?
You told certification in JMeter. That means that it will be like exam like STQB.
Correct.
Like that.
Yes, that is some ISTQB kind of certification, but it will not have that much free certification basically. JMeter Pro is there is a certification from BlazeMeter University called JMeter Pro, and it is a free, completely, absolutely free certification. But ISTQB certifications and all, like you will have like 8,000, 10,000 as the fees. And moreover, it's not only about fees. If you want to do any performance testing certification from ISTQB, first you need to first clear the one prerequisite for that is foundation level certification. First you need to do ISTQB foundation level, and for that foundation level you require functional testing knowledge, strong functional testing knowledge. Okay. So this is the problem here to pursue this ISTQB certification. And most of the people will be like non-functional background, like, right? So 90% will not have any functional testing knowledge. Those who are joining performance testing, right? They will not have any functional testing knowledge. So that's the reason. So we cannot assure you ISTQB performance testing certification, because if you want to attempt ISTQB performance testing certification, you need this foundation level first. But for foundation level, you require strong functional testing knowledge. Again, like if you you need to learn that functional testing you should be very good. Just basic knowledge would not be enough. You should have very strong functional testing knowledge if you want to clear this ISTQB foundation level. And this is the prerequisite for ISTQB performance testing certification. And that is why we are, we ignore that, or it doesn't have much value also basically. Okay, ISTQB performance testing certification doesn't have much value, right? But why we, that's why but this JMeter Pro certification that doesn't require any, that don't have any prerequisites, and this is absolutely zero cost. Okay.
And you can show that. I mean, if I'm showing my experience there, then I can show the respective.
Hey, Hari, your voice is not so clear.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I am going as an experienced guy, then I can show the certification to that respective company.
Okay, see, let me tell you. So no one selects you or no one gives you jobs seeing your certification. First of all, okay, that is just an added advantage. That's it. And particularly if you see in performance testing field, 70 to 80% will not have any certification. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Certification when it is required is like, suppose if you want to go towards manual testing or automation testing, then this have a lot of value. ISTQB foundation level certification has a lot of value. If you are going towards manual or automation testing, then that has a lot of value. Okay, but ISTQB performance certification is not not having much value because of this reason that I explained, right? So if someone is from functional testing background, then only they can clear this ISTQB foundation level. See, for example, if I take my example, I don't have any functional testing knowledge. I don't have much of functional testing knowledge. So it's very difficult for me to clear the foundation level ISTQB. And without that foundation level, I cannot attempt ISTQB performance testing certification. All right, that is a problem here. That is a challenge here. Okay. Guys, it's already 9 o'clock. I'll stop it here for today. If you have any further queries, you can call me. Let me stop it here and we'll catch up tomorrow, guys. Good night, guys.